يتكلموا معاه في ان انت ليه مش عايز مثلا تبقى بنت وليه مش عايز تبقى ولد، ويبداوا يفتحوا معاه في الكلام ده. وبعد كده نفس الموضوع، يعني انت عايز تتجوز بنت ولا ولد؟ فالكلام ده حقيقي، يعني عايزه اعرف ده وفي سن كام، وانا من حقي اطلب من المدرسه لا مش عايزه ابني يتعرض للموقف ده اصلا.
Well, basically the question is, well,
لا ده الكلام ده حقيقي.
there is a very sensitive issue here, which is the sexual personality of the kid. If she's only worried about it, will they be
Are we talking
accessed
about
by anybody who can actually interfere with them and ask them what is your sexual preferences?
No.
And what is okay.
No.
في المدارس ما تلاقيش خالص من
So they don't approach the child.
They do not approach the child. Never. And if anybody ever does, you go tell someone. They are not supposed to.
لو حصل الموضوع دوت
No.
بأي شكل من الأشكال، طبعا احنا بنتابع مع أولادنا أو مع بناتنا، لازم تقولي فورا للمدرس وللبرنسبل، والموضوع ده هيقف فورا، ومفيش قلق خالص من الموضوع ده. مفيش أي حد هنا موضوع الحاجات الشخصية بتاعت الجنس بتاعت الطفل، سواء انت ميال لايه او مش لاقي ميال لايه، السؤال اللي انت قلتيه ده بالظبط ممنوع تماما ان هو يبقى موجود في المدرسه. ما ننساش طبعا ان احنا بنتكلم مع منطقه تعليميه، يعني نتكلم باي حاجه خاصه بالمنطقه دي بتقدمها او بتقدر تمنعها عن ولادنا. فدي من الناحيه دي تقدري تطمني تماما. كل اللي احنا مطلوب مننا بس ان احنا ناخد بالنا من ولادنا ومن بناتنا. لو تعرضوا لحاجه زي كده فورا بلغي المدرسه، متاكد ان هيحصل فيها تصرف شديد.
If a child approached a teacher about a sensitive subject, the teacher's protocol is to send the student to the counselor. The counselor is trained and skilled at having a conversation with the student, that the student initiates, and then they certainly will converse with the parent.
لو الولد او البنت اتكلم مع المدرس او المدرسه في اي موضوع خاص او اي موضوع حساس، حاجه اساسيه جدا ان المدرس بيبلغ الاستشاري او اللي هو الاخصائي اللي موجود في المدرسه، وهم مدربين ومؤهلين ان هم يتكلموا مع الطفل بشكل معين، بحيث ان هو يقدروا يفتحوا الموضوع بشكل كويس ويقدروا يوصلوا لنتيجه صحيه مع الطفل. وطبعا فورا بيبلغوا الاب والام بالموضوع الحساس اللي هم اتكلموا فيه، او لو في موضوع شايفين ابنهم او بنتهم اتعرضوا ليه، عشان يقدروا الاب والام كمان ياخدوا بالهم من الولد او البنت في البيت.
Okay?
Good question.
Okay. Good question.
How, if I would like to get the record of my son concerned as counselor or anything,
You just ask, call the counselor. Has my child ever talked to you about anything?
And I can go and talk to her
Oh,
about
yes.
his,
About your child?
altitude,
Absolutely.
everything.
What?
His altitude and and how behave. I mean, like.
Well, the person that's going to have the most information about your child's day-to-day behavior is, of course, the teacher.
The teacher.
Because the counselor in an elementary school, we have 800, 900 children in elementary school and one counselor. Mm-hmm. But every teacher, 22 kids, one teacher. So the teachers get to know the children very well. My own daughter is a kindergarten teacher. She knows her children very, very well. They talk to her, she talks to them, she tells them about their pets, they tell her about their pets, their siblings, where they went for the weekend, their grandparents, and they write in their essay books about all those kinds of things. So the person, if you want to talk about your child's behavior, the first person is going to be the teacher. That's the person that knows the most about your child and has the most interaction. My own son, when he was in kindergarten, my father-in-law died. My son was very, very close to his grandfather, best friends. I called the counselor and I said, this has happened in the family, and would you please check with him, talk with him, because you know, sometimes they go to school and they cry. Well, they're not crying because they don't like school. They're crying because something sad happened at home. The grandfather passed. So I asked the counselor to step in and check on him. She did. She talked to him. She called me back. She goes, he's fine. He understands. He believes in heaven. You know, we're Christian too. And, you know, so the counselors, they're there to help your children, not to interfere, get in the way, you know, nothing like that. They're very good people.
السؤال كان لو
I'm sorry.
no that's good. السؤال اللي هو لو انا عايز اعرف يعني ابني او بنتي بيتصرفوا ازاي في المدرسه او يعني عندهم مشاكل او لا في المدرسه. طبعا اول حد زي ما رتبنا قبل كده اول حد بتكلم معاه هو المدرس او المدرسه لان ده اكتر شخص بيقضي معاه وقت مباشر في المدرسه بيقدر يديني معلومات افضل. بس طبعا موضوع الكونسلر مهم جدا ان انا ابلغهم لو في حاجه خاصه للطفل حسب ما هي بتقول ان هي يعني جد ابنها لما توفى جده هو الولد كان مرتبط قوي بجده فهي طلبت من الكونسلر ان هو يبقى قريب من الطفل شويه ويتكلم معاه لان الطفل كان بيروح المدرسه يعيط وهم مش عارفين هو بيعيط من ايه. هو مش بيعيط عشان مش عايز يروح المدرسه هو بيعيط لان بيفتقد جده. فطبعا عملت شغلها وكانت بتتابع معاها بشكل يعني مستمر ويعني مرت الازمه بسلام. فلو اي حد عنده اي مشكله خاصه حاسس ان طفله محتاج رعايه خاصه في المدرسه اتكلم مع المدرسه اتكلم مع المدرس واتكلم مع الكونسلر وباذن الله هم يعني يدوا له الاهتمام اللي هو يستاهل.
Does that help?
Yeah.
اتفضلي.
بنتي مثلا عندها مشكلة مثلا في مادة الماس، أنا مش عارفة أتصرف معاها إزاي، أعمل إيه في المدرسة، أروح هل المدرسة الأول وأعرض عليها إن بنتي أضعف مادة هي عندها هي مادة الماس، فأعمل إيه؟ مش عارفة.
She's saying that for her child, for her daughter, she's not that good on math. So what is the best thing that she can do? Should she go to the math teacher and talk to him about that? What is it that she should do?
Excuse me, let me add something because I know something specific about
Okay.
this case.
Okay.
It happened multiple times.
Okay.
The daughter told the school teacher, I want to attend that tutorial. She attended for a couple of times or something, and then she said, no, unless you have questions, no tutorial.
The teacher said that?
Yes.
Is this a middle school, high school?
Grade 7.
Middle?
Seventh grade.
Seventh grade? Seventh grade, okay. If you, okay. If the student doesn't understand a concept, if the student doesn't understand the math, the teacher should help the student. That makes me very unhappy that the teacher would say that, because bring your paper out, let me see what you did. I know I graded your paper last night, and I know that you need to work more on these types of problems. I believe that the teacher should be more responsive to the student.
Of course.
And when you don't get that response from the teacher, okay, especially at a middle school, there is a position in the school called the Director of Instruction. She is in charge of the teachers, the way they present to students, how they grade, how they, the timeliness with which they return papers. If you go to the website and you look and there's not grades there, the teacher hasn't graded, you need to call someone. Call the Director of Instruction and tell them, it's been 2 weeks and there's no more grades. It's been a week and there's no more grades. The administrative team needs to, they expect that of teachers, and they don't know when teachers are not doing that unless parents report to them. So it is important that you talk with the counselor or the Director of Instruction in a middle school or a high school and demand. And it's okay to do that. Demand what your child needs in the way of support. Because it's there, and our expectation is that teachers support students and do whatever it takes to help them to learn.
بص انت جيت لها في المنطقه بتاعتها بالظبط يعني هو يعني هو بالظبط هي التخصص بتاعها ده موضوع علاقه يعني موضوع التعليم بتاع المدرس او الاداء بتاع المدرس في المدرسه. حسب ما فهمنا من الكلام ان انت عندك يعني بنتك اتعرضت لان هو المدرس قال لها لما يكون عندك سؤال تعالي لي بس مش هدي لك حاجه زياده. لا مش المفروض ان ده يحصل.
مع ان هي الماده الوحيده اللي هي تعبانه جدا فيها، لكن بقيه المواد انا شايفه مستر وحيد انها ممتازه يعني شاطره.
لا هو المفروض ان اللي حصل من المدرس ده يعني مش مظبوط وغير صحي. المفروض ان انت تتواصلي مع المدرسه مع الكونسلر لو طبعا او مع الدايركتور اللي هو زي ما تقولي المشرف على التدريس، اللي هو المشرف على المدرسين. المشرف على المدرسين اللي في المدرسه هو دايركتور اوف انستراكشن. عرفت التايتل؟ ده اللي هو يقدر ان هو يعني يتابع مع المدرس، لان هم متوقعين من المدرس حاجات معينه ان هو يعملها. بس لو المدرس ده ما عملهاش واحنا ما بلغناهمش هم مش هيعرفوا ان المدرس ما بيعملهاش.
هيأثر فعلا كمان، لا هيأثر كمان على حاجات تانية هتتأثر في حاجة زي كده، فبالتالي مش هتتقدم في المادة دي.
تمام. لا هو دور المدرس.
If we give me the name of the school.
What? Yeah, tell me what
Give
school
me the name
it
of the school. Can you give us the name of the director of the construction?
Sure. What
Can
school?
ask him?
اسمها ايه المدرسة؟
Caleb? Elizabeth Bradley.
اسمها
Elizabeth Bradley.
We're gonna write it down for you.
Elizabeth Bradley.
That's the director.
We'll give you the name.
That's the director of instruction at Caleb. Elizabeth Bradley.
هندي لك اسمها بعد ما نخلص.
Here, let me write it for you.
Okay.
You want me to write it for
خليها
you?
تكتبها لك.
So, what is the difference between principal and director of instruction?
Okay. The more the children are, the more children we have in a school, the more administrators we need. So at the middle schools and the high schools, let me talk about the middle school. There's a principal and a director of instruction. The principal, and then there's assistant principals. The principal manages the assistant principals, and the director of instruction, her job, it's usually a woman, not always, but that person's job is responsible for the teaching and learning, the stuff that I do. Okay? Because there's so many things in middle school. There's math, science, there's music programs, athletics, fine arts, high school credit courses. So she or he, the director of instruction, takes care of making sure that the teachers are grading properly, because there's more teachers and there's more to supervise. So you need more administrators. Is that making sense?
Yeah, perfect.
So the director of instruction helps with the instructional program, the teaching and learning that's supposed to go on between students and teachers.
Yeah, but principal is more rules.
Well, no, the principal is the main person.
Yeah.
And then so you have the principal, and then you have assistant principals that do behavior, and the director of instruction that does teaching and learning. And she works with the counselors to make sure that the students get in the right class. Do you see what I'm saying? That those kinds of things. Does that help? Oh, Elizabeth Bradley.
الفرق ما بين البرنسبل اللي هو مدير المدرسة واللي مسؤول عن التعليم في المدرسة او اللي هو النظام التعليمي بتاع المدرسة هو بالظبط كأنك بالظبط المدير العام ده هو المدير هو في قمة الهرم يعني بيجي تحتيه اثنين، واحد منهم مسؤول عن البيهيفير بتاع الأطفال والتاني مسؤول عن تعليم الأطفال اللي هو الدايركتور اوف انستراكشن. كل واحد فيهم بيبقى مسؤول عن حاجة في الطفل وطبعا كل واحد فيهم بيتعامل مع
So,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
concerning rules, like concerning law, problems, rules, who's the main person that I can talk to?
About, say again,
Attendance, rules.
Attendance.
Yes,
Okay,
or
the assistant principals.
assistant principal.
If it's about attendance, tardies, behavior, assistant principal.
Okay.
Grades, homework, tutorials, director of instruction.
Okay.
في اثنين، واحد مسؤول عن التعليم، واحد مسؤول عن
السلوكيات.
She
السلوكيات.
does the teacher-student stuff.
سليمة
لو
دي.
انا عايزه
Assistant principal's
أدي
discipline.
حاجات
Yeah.
زياده، يعني لو هي بتقول انا ضعيف في ماس وانا عايزه اديله ماس ازيد، ادوله فين؟
في المدرسة.
أنا
بس أنا هقول لها برضه
سألت
أوكي.
في المدرسة وسألتهم على مواقع اونلاين، لو هو يتدرب مثلا اونلاين في حاجة مش عارفة اشترك في موقع، اروح سنتر،
ما
اروح في
حصلتيش
اي
على
حتة.
إجابة؟
ما ردتش عليا اساسا
مين اللي ما ردش عليها؟
المدرسة.
Okay. She's saying that the question is that if I know that my daughter or my kid is not as good as everybody else on math or a certain subject, and I go to the teacher and tell them that I need specifically to have some more, classes or some more like tutoring.
Tutorials or
Tutorials.
support for the
Support
student.
for this subject. And I haven't received any response from the teacher, which is the case here. She
Yes.
said that she went to the teacher and she talked to the
And
teacher.
got nothing.
And she got nothing.
Okay.
What should she do?
You should talk to one of two people, the counselor, but more importantly, when the teacher is not doing what we expect the teachers to do, you talk to the director of instruction. Yes.
الاثنين دول اللي تتكلم معاهم.
هو مفيش حاجة تبع سايد فيها زي مثلا دروس تقوية زي سنتر نروح حاجة تبع سايد فيها.
Is there like a center or anything like a tutoring center?
No,
that
each,
is
not,
by
not,
Cypher?
no, it's all expected to be inside of the school. And the reason for that is that we want it to be as convenient for the parents as possible. When your child stays after school, after the 2:35 bell, there's a late bus. So that's the purpose of the late buses, so students can stay for athletic practices, club meetings, tutorials, and still have a way home that's convenient for you.
السبب ان هم ما بيعملوش حاجه منفصله عن المدرسه ان هو عايزين يسهلوا الموضوع على الاهالي. فاي حاجه المفروض تبقى مسؤوليه المدرسه، فاي حاجه هتتعمل في المدرسه. عشان كده كمان هم لو ابني او بنتي بياخد دروس تقويه بعد المدرسه، هم مخصصين اتوبيسات تقدر تاخد الولد او البنت تروحهم بعد المواعيد بتاعت الباصات العاديه.
عايزه اسال على موضوع البولينج اللي الولاد بيتعرضوا ليه في المدرسه.
الايه؟
البولينج، العنف او
اللي هو
بيضايقوهم عشان مثلا اللغه او عشان الشكل
اللي هو الاستفزاز يعني.
ايوه حاجه زي كده، هم اللي بينرفزوا العيال. ده يبقى عليه ازاي الموضوع ده؟
If the kids, like when they come to a new culture and they have an accent, they have like a different way to act with things, and then the other kids are pulling on them, like
Picking on them, bullying, yes.
What should be the
Response? You should certainly tell that would be a discipline. Some child is acting wrongly to your child.
Yes.
Assistant principals.
يبقى لازم تروح للاسيستنت برنسبل.
And if the assistant principals don't do something, you talk to the principal. And if the principal doesn't do anything, you call me and I will direct you to the right person over at central office.
الموضوع ببساطة.
Yeah, because we don't put up with that. No.
زي ما بنقول ان احنا اولادنا لما بيعملوا حاجة غلط بيتعاقبوا. لما اي حد بيعمل حاجة غلط مع اولادنا المفروض ان الشخص ده كمان او الطفل ده يتعاقب. يتعاقب ازاي؟ انا لازم ابلغ المدرسه. ابلغ مين في المدرسه؟ الاسيستنت برنسبل. لو عمل حاجه او لو عملت حاجه اوكي، لو ما عملتش حاجه او لو عمل حاجه المفروض ان انا اروح للبرنسبل. لو ما راحش للبرنسبل نروح لهم في الاداره بتاعتهم وهي تقدر توجهك تتكلمي مع مين في الموضوع ده. But how do I know if they did the right thing? Because let's say that I went to the principal or the assistant principal and I told them that somebody acted this way with my kid, and how will I know?
Well, the assistant principals are supposed to investigate your concerns and respond to them. And they talk to all the kids that are involved. They talk to kids that are not involved that might have been, there to see what happens surrounding. And they're very good detectives in their jobs. I'm going to say this. Just like in any organization, there's people that do their job very, very, very well, top notch, and there's people that don't. So we appreciate knowing when any of our staff does not perform at the level that we expect. We want your children to be safe. We want your children to be accepted into the school culture. We appreciate diversity, differences. We are educators, so we are supposed to respond to differences and support children regardless of what they like, dislike, anything about them. Our job is not to judge. Our job is to teach and accept and support all of your children, because this is our community. This is your community. It's important that we respond positively to your children.
طبعا الهدف الاساسي بالنسبه لهم ان هم يحاولوا
I wish I could speak your language so I could say that to them.
ان هم يعني الطفل او الطفله يتاقلم مع المدرسه ويتاقلم مع الناس الثانيه، ودورهم مش ان هم يعني ان هم لا ان هم يعني زي ما تقولي يقوموهم على حسب اي حاجه، لا دورهم ان هم يعلموا الطفل، ودورهم كمان ان هم يتاكدوا ان الطفل ده موجود في بيئه صحيه، لو في اي مشكله المفروض ان احنا نتكلم فيها، لان هم يعني عندهم عندهم توقعات معينه من الاداء بتاع المدرسين ومن الجو العام بتاع المدرسه. لو في حاجه مش مظبوطه المفروض ان انا دوري كأب او دوري كأم ان احنا نبلغ المدرسه عشان يقدروا ان هم يعالجوا المشكله دي. لو ما قلنا لهمش المشكله هتفضل موجوده وهتكبر، وهم عندهم اوريدي الامكانيات ان هم يقدروا يحلوا المشكله دي.
يعني بعد ما بيحصل
بس
احنا اللي عيالنا
the question is, well, the principal or the assistant principal should report back to me telling me that
Yes.
this is what happened with the other kid and this is what this is
Well,
what we did and this is what you need to do with your kid.
They will, the law does not allow for us to tell you what happened in discipline with his child.
Okay.
But we can say to you, we investigated your concern and we addressed it and we took the appropriate action with the other child. Yes, they should tell you that.
Very good. في حاجة مهمة جدا هنا دي برضو مختلفة جدا عن ثقافتنا. احنا بنبقى حابين نعرف ايه اللي حصل للواد التاني. الواد اللي ضايق ابني ده انا عايز اعرف ان هو اتلطش وخد بالشلوت يعني.
زي بعضيهم ولا
النظام هنا مش كده. النظام هنا مش من حقهم او مش من حقي ان انا اعرف ايه اللي حصل للطفل التاني. مهم جدا ان هم يبلغوني ان حصل حاجه يعني او ان هم عملوا التحقيق اللازم بناء على الشكوى اللي انا مقدمها او بناء على المشكله اللي ابني مقدمها، وان هم اتصرفوا بالشكل اللي يجب ان هم يتصرفوا بيه. انما تفاصيل هم عملوا ايه مع الطفل التاني ده مش من حقي ان انا اعرفه ومش المفروض ان انا اعرفه. وده على فكره يعني بشكل عام ده هنا النظام بتاع البلد مش بس في المدارس. يعني لو مثلا انت عندك مشكله مع شخص والشخص ده انت جبت له البوليس، لو انت حصل اي حاجه ما بين يعني البوليس خد الشخص ده وقبض عليه وبتاع، مش المفروض ان هو البوليس يرجع لك او ان انت تروحي تستفسري يا ترى حبستوه ده يعني حكمتوا عليه بالاعدام عملتوا ايه فيه؟ ده مش شغلك يعني.
Confidential, private.
بالظبط. هو ده هم خلاص انت بلغتيهم بالمشكله اللي عندك، وهم المهم ان انت تعرفي ان هم بس قاموا بدورهم ان هم يتعاملوا مع المشكله. حل المشكله ازاي دي شغلتهم مش شغلتنا.
لو سمحت، لو الطفل حاسس ان هو علشان غريب ولسه جديد مش محبوب من اللي حواليه، هل دي مشكله اروح فيها لحد اسال فيها او اعالج حاجه زي كده عشان نفسيه الطفل ما تبقاش تعبانه من وضع زي ده؟
Yeah. The question is like, if my kid is like, since he or she moved to the new culture here, and they feel like they are disliked or nobody liked them from the other kid, from the school, or they feel like they are not confident enough.
Right.
Should I talk to somebody to help them psychologically to bypass this, or maybe to resolve this problem?
The counselors are trained
to be accepted.
Counselors are trained to do that. I will tell you, it's a personal story again, I apologize.
No problem.
My son, nerd, do they know what that is? Little, just a nerdy little kid. Yeah, and so we moved in the district, he went to a new school, and this most wonderful teacher says, oh my gosh, little oddball, here's another little oddball. How about if y'all eat lunch together? His best friend to this day, the best man in his wedding. So yes, reach out, ask for, help. Is there any, sometimes kids just need to be paired up. You just need to help them find a friend. When my son was in middle school, a nerd, okay, he had a counselor, and she said, Mary, when a new kid comes to the school, I always take him over to Tim's table, to his friends, and say, can he eat lunch with you guys until he finds his own friends? Sure, Miss Robbins. So, he's most welcome. Sometimes he would stay there for a week, the new boy, sometimes forever, sometimes 2 days, and then he found friends and was off. But the counselors especially in elementary school, counselors and teachers, they work to help the kids socialize. They, especially in elementary school, they talk to them about being nice to one another and being friendly and open and accepting without infringing upon someone's belief structure. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But they try to help the kids make friends, and they expect them to be polite to one another, and especially in the elementary grades. My daughter's a kindergarten teacher. She teaches her children how to be nice to each other, how to be accepting. So, am I making?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay. So yes, reach out and ask someone to help.
اطلبي من الكونسلر.
Counselor.
يعني اتكلمي مع الكونسلر وقولي له ان انا بنتي عندها مشكله وكذا وكذا وكذا. المفروض ان هم مدربين ومؤهلين ان هم يدخلوا الاطفال مع الاطفال التانية. يعني هي بتحكي عن ابنها كان من النوع اللي هو الدحيح او اللي بيذاكر قوي وشاطر وكده، فكان اي حد يجي جديد كانوا يعني تحاول تدخله معاه، وهو كان من الاطفال اللي هو بيستقبلوا الاطفال بشكل كويس، وكان بيدخلوهم معاهم، يا اما بيبقوا اصحاب لفتره قصيره او بيبقوا فتره طويله. ف لازم تبلغي حد من المدرسه، حد يعني الكونسلر، وهم دورهم ان هم يتابعوا بنتك ويقدروا يشوفوا ازاي يقدروا يخرجوها من الاحساس ده، وازاي ده يخلي كمان الاطفال التانيين يعني يتعاملوا معاها بشكل مقبول او يعني يتقبلوها، يعني بدون ما يعني بدون اي حساسيه من ناحيه الشكل او الجنسيه او الدين او اي حاجه زي كده. هو ده المفروض الكالتشر هنا.
Okay, about the immunization, if I have immunization records from another state.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It is okay.
Another question regarding the parents that in Cypher that can deal with the issue.
That helps you with your English?
Yeah.
Yes. We do have some Saturday classes that we advertise in the beginning of the school year for parents to come in on a Saturday and do some language learning too. You can find them again on the website.
موضوع التطعيم لو حد جاي من بره الولايه، جاي من ولايه ثانيه وعنده ولاده متطعمين، اوكي التطعيم ده.
Sometimes they're in the schools. You just have to look on the website and find them. Yes. Yes, pretty much Saturdays only. Yes.
فموضوع التطعيم مقبول من اي ولايه ثانيه. طبعا لو في اي حاجه ناقصه هيقول لكم عليها، ناقصه ايه اللي ناقص، تاخدوه فين، وهنا عندهم يعني احيانا زي ما تقول اماكن للتطعيم بشكل مخفض جدا، فهيبلغوكم بيها وقت ما هتروح تسجل لو ناقص اي تطعيم، بياخدوا التطعيمات اللي انت رايح بيها قبل كده ويقولوا لك لو في اي حاجه ناقصه او لا. اوكي، دي اول حاجه. تاني حاجه موضوع ان انا البيرنتس يتعلموا اللغه، ان انا نساعد الاب والام في موضوع اللغه، ان عندهم دروس ايام السبت بيساعدوا الاب والام ان هم يقووا اللغه بتاعتهم شويه. How can we get the information about
I also believe that there are language classes at Lone Star College on Barker Cypress and West Road.
Yeah. Okay. في برضو جامعة هنا قريبة، يعني جامعة أهلية موجودة قريبة جدا منا هنا، حوالي 10 دقايق أو 7 دقايق سواقة من هنا، اسمها لون ستار. برضو فيها دروس لتقوية اللغة الإنجليزية في مستويات مختلفة. عندنا هنا في الكنيسة، يمكن انتوا عشان جيتوا متأخر شوية، عندنا هنا في الكنيسة في دروس تقوية للغة الإنجليزية، اللغة الإنجليزية بشكل محترف جدا. ويوم الأحد الجاي بإذن ربنا الساعة 1:30 في الكافيتيريا بتاعت القاعة هنا بتاعت الكنيسة هنا هيبقى في امتحان.
وقت اجتماع الخدمة لو قدمت
وقت اجتماع الخدمة غالبا هيبقى وقت اجتماع الخدمة.
هيبقى في امتحان؟
هيبقى في امتحان تحديد مستوى، لأن هيبتدوا مستويين، هيبتدوا المستوى الثاني والمستوى الخامس. احنا عندنا بنحدد من الامتحان ده مستويات الناس من 1 لحد 5، مش عارف هو 1 لحد 5 أو 6 تقريبا أو 6. على حسب المستوى بياخد يعني منهج خاص بالمستوى اللي هو فيه مع مدرسين. يعني
يكون فين هنا في الكنيسة؟
بيبقى هنا كله في الكنيسة، يعني الامتحان هيتعمل هنا في الكنيسة والدروس بتتعمل هنا في الكنيسة مرة في الأسبوع، بتبقى يوم الثلاث من الساعة 7 ل 9. ناخد السؤال هنا، معلش سوري، اتفضل.
لو أنا ابني كان في 8th grade moving to 9th grade but I'm moving my residence, so he is going to another school in the same site fair district. I don't have the immunization record for him. It was in his middle school.
It goes with him. The file will go with him.
مش محتاجة تهتمي بيها خالص الموضوع ده، هما بينقلوها ما بينهم وبين بعضهم.
No, but he was going to a school and I moved my غيرت سكني.
She moved her
to another school.
Yeah,
so I will
that's fine.
register him again in the other school.
Okay, but you can go to the, if you want to have it with you, you can go to the school and get it from the other school, take it to the new school.
Which school is it? The middle school or the?
It's at the middle school. Your shot record is at the middle school.
هو انت انت عندك ابنك ناقل من اعدادي لاعدادي ولا بس
اعدادي؟
Okay, he's moving from middle school to high school.
But a different high school than what he was going to go to.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, I think the CUME folder, the folder will just go to the new high school when you register.
بعد ما انت ما تسجلي ابنك في المدرسة الهاي سكول، هم بيطلبوا الملف بتاعه من المدرسة بتاعته اللي هي الميدل سكول، بتروح الملف بتاعه كامل من ضمنه موضوع التطعيمات.
But you probably want to get a copy of that for you at home too.
من حقك في المدرسة الإعدادي.
I tried, but the nurse was out until the beginning of something like that.
They come back. They're all trickling back in. Assistant principals are back. Counselors come back next week. You know, you can have.
هو زينا يعني بيغيبوا بتاعه وتلاقي المدام عفافة في الدور الرابع والكلام
ده. The grades moving with the kids from elementary to high school.
Say that again.
The grades that they got from the first or second grade.
The grades go. The student. It's all in their record. They stay in their record. There's a CUME folder. Cumulative folder.
Yeah, they affect him in college.
Oh no. The only thing that affects in college is the high school transcript. That's all. Colleges do not look at middle school or elementary school grades.
الفكرة اللي بتقول إن ولادنا لازم من ابتدائي يبقوا يعني يجيبوا درجات كويسة أو من إعدادي بيجيبوا درجات كويسة، الفكرة دي مش مظبوطة، لأن الدرجات بتاعتهم بتختفي مجرد ما بيدخلوا المرحلة الثانوية. من المرحلة الثانوية بتبتدي يعني يتأكدوا من الدرجات بتاعتهم، عشان هي دي اللي بتأثر عليهم في دخول الجامعة بعد كده. إنما أي حاجة في المرحلة الابتدائية أو الإعدادية ده كل ده تأهيل عشان ابننا يبقى داخل في المرحلة الثانوية جاهز إن هو ياخد الدرجات اللي يستحقها. إنما ابتدائي وإعدادي مش هيأثروا عليه خالص، يعني مش هيبانوا مش شهادات. زي ما دلوقتي في مصر حسب القانون الجديد يعني لغوا الاعداديه ولغوا الابتدائيه، ما بقوش شهادات. اللي هو كان المفروض يحصل من زمان يعني. اتفضل.
It's required for school registration certified copy. What's certified copy for?
Certified copy of what?
For registration.
مين هم عايزين منك certified copy عشان ايه؟ يعني هم ضربوا منك
تقديم للسكول.
Certified copy in terms
to
of
register my kid in school. What certified copy؟
يعني الأوريجينال كوبي اللي هي بتاعت البيرث داي.
Oh, birth certificate?
Yes.
I would have to look at the particulars. I don't remember. If on the website it tells you what you need. A birth certificate or a social security card or there's several different options for you to bring.
She has provides a certified copy.
Certified copy of they have to tell you copy of what?
The birth
certificate.
Yes.
But I don't have it at my finger, I don't know exactly what the list is, but there are other options besides the birth certificate. Birth certificate or
دايما عندهم حاجات تانية، يعني مش ضروري يعني هم ما عندهمش حتة ان هو يجيب الشهادة دي ابنك مش هيدخل.
لا في ورق بديل.
مفيش عندهم الموضوع ده. ابنك هيدخل يعني هيدخل.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
at my fingertips.
I got it. هي ما هياش يعني زي ما تقول يعني فاكرة كل التفاصيل كلها يعني او مش شغلتها التفاصيل كلها.
Sorry, I don't have that information just right
بس
there.
هو الموضوع ببساطة أي حاجة في الدنيا هنا ليها بديل. يعني عمره ما هيقول لك يا إما سيرتيفايد كوبي بتاعت شهادة الميلاد يا إما مش هيدخل. عنده باسبور، عنده أي حاجة تثبت تاريخ ميلاده، يعني هو برضه عشان ما يبقاش بفتي هو قول له إن أنا ما عنديش دي، إيه البديل بتاعها؟ هيقول لك البديل بتاعها إيه. هو موضوع شهادة الميلاد مش أنت مترجم شهادة الميلاد من مصر؟
أنا بتكلم على حد مولود هنا
طيب
السيرتيفايد كوبي دي هي only one original copy اللي معانا.
لا مفيش حاجة اسمها اوريجينال كوبي هنا تقدر تطلع منها 10.
Oh, I know. Does he have the birth certificate and he thinks he has to leave it at school?
Yes.
No, you don't. You just bring it with you. They make a copy and you take your certified back home with you.
مفيش حاجة
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. No, they do not want to keep your certified copy. They just want to see it, to make a copy of it on the Xerox machine, and you take it back with you.
And not all the time, actually. If I take a copy, sometimes they accept.
Sometimes they just look. Or yes, that's true too. Yeah.
يعني مش ضروري إن أنت تاخد الأصل حتى معاك إلا لو هم طلبوه. لو طلبوه أوكي، يعني خد لهم الأصل ويشوفوا الأصل وياخدوا منه صورة وخلاص على كده.
I need to ask about the lunch in the school.
The lunch in the school.
All the students have a free lunch. And
no.
Okay.
There is again on the website. Let me see where the lunch thing is. Okay, here's free and reduced lunch meals right there under nutritional services right there. It gives you the form to fill, and there's free and reduced. There's two different, free and a reduced cost, and it depends upon your annual salary. So you have to fill that form out, and it's right here on the website. Meal prices, free and reduced lunch. There's forms there. It tells you what the qualifications are. Yes.
موضوع الأكل في المدرسة بشكل عام لو أنا دخلي قليل من حقي، ودي حاجة مش عيب ومش غلط، ان انا اطلب لابني او بنتي ان هو ياخد الغداء من المدرسه بسعر مخفض او مجانا حسب دخلي. في فورم هنا في العمود الرابع هنا بتقول بقدم منها على مساعده كل سنه. لازم تتعمل كل سنه، ما بتتعملش اوتوماتيكلي لوحدها، بتتجدد، لان انت عندك كل سنه دخلك بيتغير. فعلى حسب دخلك من حقنا، ودي حاجة مش غلط خالص، ان احنا لو ولادنا انا دخلي مش كويس ياخد غدا مجانا من المدرسه او ياخد غدا من المدرسه بسعر مخفض.
And should I give some money for the food, especially in the elementary?
They can buy
They
their
can
lunch?
buy-
Yeah, they can buy their lunch, yes.
I mean, like he can actually save some money to the
Yes,
Yeah.
the student gets a number, a number, and you can, there's another place online where you can go put money in an account, and the student uses their number. It's almost like a credit card, you know, at the school. But you put the money in, and when the money runs low, they send you an email and say, hey, more money needed, that kind of thing. But you can do it online, so your student doesn't have to carry money in their pocket or lose it or, you know, whatever.
طب ده عشان يبقى ده اخر سؤال.
آخر سؤال معلش.
طيب ماشي.
سوشيال.
لحظه بس نترجم ده الاول. نترجم ده الاول. موضوع ان انا ابني او بنتي ياخد معاه فلوس في المدرسه، ممكن طبعا ياخد فلوس معاه في المدرسه، ممكن يحاسب على اكله بنفسه او في نفسها، بس الافضل طبعا عشان ما يبقاش فيها كاش وبتاع، وان انا يعني ما بقاش متابع موضوع الكاش ده قوي، ان انا في كل طفل بيبقى ليه رقم ممكن احط له في حسابه، زي ما بالظبط كأن عنده حساب في البنك، بحط له في حسابه مبلغ معين وهو بيسحب منه الاكل اللي هو بيطلبه او الحاجات اللي هو بيطلبها من الكانتين. لما المبلغ ده بيقل لرقم معين، انا ببقى حاطط في السيستم بتاعهم ان هو يجي لي ايميل يقول لي المبلغ اللي عندك بتاع ابنك نزل الرقم كذا، ممكن انا ساعتها ازود الرقم زي ما انا عايز. سؤال هنا؟
ليه في المدارس مفيش ترجمه زي ما في المستشفيات عند الدكاتره في السوشيال سيكيورتي في الفود ستامب في الميديكيد في اي حاجه بيبقى في ترجمه؟ ليه المدارس مفيش ترجمه؟
Why we don't have interpretation in the school just like how we have it with the medical institutions, maybe with the social security places. Let's say that I don't have, you know, enough language, you know.
Why we don't have an interpreter for your
Yes,
language?
yes.
I really don't know.
Is there any way that we can mention that to the district maybe?
I will.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I will. Especially your children go to Kayla, Langham Creek. Do most of your children go to Langham Creek? Langham Creek? Because I mean, with the area.
And Cypher High School.
And Cypher. So sometimes it's because they're, you know, there's a lot of schools, there's a lot of people, you get that scatter. And yeah, it's just
Okay.
I wish, but I'll mention it. I'll mention it to them.
الموضوع مش موجود بشكل عادي، بس هي
I apologize.
هنبلغ الإدارة عندهم إن هم
I wish I could speak your language because I'd like to talk to you. Not through him. Me talk.
So I have a question.
Yes. Okay.
How there is a accumulation folder for like all elementary year. If even change school.
Yes, that folder goes with the child to the next school, and it goes all the way through grade 12 if you stay the whole time. If your child stays the whole time.
If I want to take a copy, so what should I do? How I can start to take a copy of that folder? Is I can or?
Well, you can request that of the school, but everything that's in the folder. You have gotten to report cards. What else is in the folder? Immunization records. Everything that's in the folder, at some time along the path, you got a copy of it too. So I was cleaning out a drawer when I was on vacation, and I have all my children. My children are 31 and 24, and I had all report cards right there. All certificates they ever got, perfect attendance. So you start a folder yourself, and everything that you get, drop it in, drop it in. Each of your children a different folder, drop it in, drop it in. Perfect attendance, all of their stuff. Anything from school, not just a letter telling you something, but something personal about your child. A really nice note from the teacher, drop it in. You will as your child grows, it's good, it's precious. It's good to review. It's all there with you. Honestly, there's nothing in that folder that's, it's benign stuff. It's grades and your registration packet.
هو حلو ان هو يبقى
It's
موضوع
boring
تاريخ.
stuff, but everything that's in there, you were sent in the mail at home too. Report cards, certificates, honor roll, yes, those kinds of things.
But if I would like to get from what they have,
Does she have the right to get it from the school?
Yeah, it's your child,
How I
dude.
can start? Like, do I have to talk to principal in current school if he changes school or what?
I would start in the records. It's in the counseling office. That
counselor.
file is, so start with the counselor. Yeah.
Like I have to go right away. No principal, assistant, nobody.
No, you can start with the counselor. Sure, you can start with the counselor. Yeah.
فانا عايز احتفظ بالسجل بتاع ابني او بنتي بتاع الشهادات وبتاع والكلام ده. ممكن انا اعمل فايل لنفسي او اعمل ملف لنفسي. كل ما اخد حاجه جديده يعني اي حاجه شهاده جديده لابني او بنتي احطهم في الملف ده بنفسي يعني. ممكن بعد كده لو في اي حاجه مفقوده عايز اجيبها من المدرسه من حقي ان انا اخدها من المدرسه. ناخد اخر سؤالين.
السوشيال انا ما بعتوش لغايه دلوقتي للمدرسه، فهل اخد منه قبض وابعته للمدرسه ولا اعمل؟
احنا عندنا اجابه للسؤال ده انا هقول لك عليها.
اوكي خلاص.
لو انا شايفه ان انا ابني درجاته ضعيفه مثلا يجيب 80 وانا حاسه ان هو ممكن يجيب 90 او اكتر من 90 وبقول للمدرسه والمدرسه ان هي شايفه لا ده هو كده كويس، ايه التصرف؟ اعمل ايه؟
مش ده نفس السؤال اللي هو بتاع طيب. She feel like the grades that her kids get is not
He can do better.
she feel like
They can do better.
They can do better.
أنا سألت
They're confident that it should
She
be
knows
better
that they
than
can do
this.
انا
better.
سالت المدرسه
And she asked the
انه
teacher,
ياخد سمر سكول
What-
عشان
what can I
أحسن.
do so my kid can get what he deserves?
The teacher
And she
said,
said like the teacher told her that it is what it is. We cannot actually do anything more than that. Yeah.
That does not make me happy.
Okay.
Okay.
Director of instruction.
Complain. Complain. Complain.
What is the school?
Aragon. The director of instruction is, wait a minute, Melissa Bradley, another Bradley, Melissa Bradley, not
Melissa
related.
Bradley.
Melissa Bradley. Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Oh, let me write it for you, sure.
You have a pen?
Yeah, you need to talk.
We're putting people in trouble now.
You know what? If people don't do their job, they need to get in trouble.
Who wants the director of principal?
سريع بلوك. سريع
مين؟ أنا؟ حبيب.
I apologize for teachers that don't do the right thing. You know, we have 8,000 teachers, 8,000. Some are wonderful, some are not so good. You know, just like anything. I hate it, but yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy visiting, spending time with you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes.